Hello there, how are you, YouTube? This is Mike in Detroit, and today I wanted to help you intermediate pianists with a subject that trips people up, but it really shouldn't. Diminished chords. Diminished chords are these cartoony, spooky sounding. So what you see on my virtual keyboard there, it's me playing a C diminished, could be a E flat diminished, could be a G flat diminished, or A diminished. So let's get a handle on all of them and figure out how to form them, and then, of course, where do you use them in a song? So the first thing to know about diminished chords is that they are symmetrical. So in essence, there's really only three of them. So if I took the spacing 1, 2, 3, I'm on C. I need to know the next note. Go up 1 half step, 2 half steps, and 3 half steps. I'm going to get to my next note. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Now I can find a C diminished chord. But what if I started on E flat? So it's the same note. So just to make this video not too jumping down a rabbit hole or anything, just take this away. Learn diminished chords in these groups. And so we're going to call this the C, E flat, F sharp, A group, because they're all the same. So if I played an E flat diminished, take my left hand away, do you notice that I am playing the same 4 notes, only it's just an inversion? Here's C diminished, here is E flat diminished. Same notes, only that C went up here. Now let's play F sharp diminished. Same notes. That E flat just went over here. Right? Let's play A diminished. Same notes. Your first task, if you don't have this down already, is to just sit at your piano or your keyboard and play this grouping, right? Just play this, just play that, go back up. Now you got this group. Now your bass, you're just adding whatever bass you are going to be playing. So if you're playing a C bass. By the way, this works too. You don't have to be playing the E flat in root position. Any inversion. So let me put it this way. I can call that chord a C diminished. I can call that chord an E flat diminished. I can call it an F sharp diminished or an A diminished. Any inversion of it. I can call all 4 of those inversions by any root name I want to put on it. So that's one group. So let me see. So a group is C, right? So let's go up a whole step, half step. There's another group. Now, do the same thing. Getting it? You got it? So now you can call that B flat diminished, D flat diminished, E diminished, or G diminished. It just depends on what bass note you got on there. So really, like I said, there's only three of them. So we've just talked about two of them. So let's go up another half step. There's the last group or the third group, and do the same thing. They all sound like diminished chords. So that's step one. Just learn. Now, if you see something that says an A flat diminished, I don't care how you play it, whatever. You play it this way. You play it this way. You play this. You play this. So just keep in mind that the inversion that you have in your right hand can be called by four different names. And that's true on all the diminished chords. Okay? Alright, so take your time and get that down. Now, when and how do we use these diminished chords? Well, many ways. One of the most common ways that we see it used is as passing chords, or what some people call connective tissue. They may not be seen on your lead sheet. So, those of you who have viewed my previous videos on intermediate kind of know my style. I'm not trying to get you to Carnegie Hall, I'm just trying to get you to play a few songs for yourself. So we know about a 1-6-2-5. So if you watch my other videos, every last bit of what I just played should make sense to you. Money voicings, I'm not going to review that. All you got to do is fish around or subscribe, and then you'll find intermediate chord voicings for this 1-6-2-5. And oh, by the way, you should be able to do that in any key. Okay, so back to the diminished chords. A diminished chord can precede a minor chord. It can slide into it. So let's try that with this 1-6-2-5 I just played. I just played a C major 9. Now I know my next chord is A minor. So I'm gonna slide into that. Now what was this? That's an A flat diminished. Target chord is D minor. You hear that in gospel all the time. There's a D flat diminished. Now notice I don't have D flat on the bottom. I just chose that voicing because it's good voice slitting from where I was. I was here, I think. So I think that it's not good to be jumping all over the keyboard. So I wanted a D flat diminished. I look for the closest one. There it is. And that took me right to this D minor 7 or this D minor 9. So write it down. A rule. If you see a minor chord in any old song you ever see, and you want to hip it up a little bit, you can move the minor chord over and slide a diminished chord in. So it could be. So what you want to do is go through your minor chords. Here's A minor. Well, how would I approach that? I can go here. It's very stately. Here's an A flat diminished to an A minor. I could come the other way. I could go to this B flat diminished and slide down. Although either I don't like that as much or I haven't heard it as much. You might love it, I don't know, but it's technically correct. Here's the B flat diminished. But to me, this wants to go here. I like sliding up, I guess. Oh, my ear likes it better. So here I have an A flat diminished. So go back to the other videos. Now let me play A minor nines around the circle of fourths for you really quick. So here's a C minor 9. If you've done your work previously, here's an F minor 9. Here's a B flat. Here's E flat. A flat. D flat. G flat. Here it is. B. Oh, yep, B. E. A. D. And then G. Now we're back to where we started from. So once you have layered, you know where to find minor chords. Then all you gotta do is add the diminished element to it. Let's take F minor. Since I said I like sliding up, how would I get to this F minor? Well, I need an E diminished. I need a. So here's the E diminished. E diminished can slide right to F minor. And again, it doesn't matter. It could be this F minor, it could be that F minor. We've talked about these voicings in the past. So I can take let's say I'm going to this F minor. Well, I want to use good voice leading, so I see I'm on a G right there, right? So that's already a part of E, so I can just go use that diminished chord that slides me right to this. Oh, that's just nice. So remember, fellas and ladies, diminished chords like to slide to minor chords. The book says they slide either way, but my ear likes sliding up. Let's see what your ear says. Now, another use for diminished chords are as substitute chords. Let's go back to the 1-6-2-5 that I played earlier. So that's in the key of C, 1. There's the 6th chord. I could have slid to that, but we're not going to do that right now. We already covered that. Here's the 2 chord. Now I'm on the 5 chord. If I wanted a G7 with a flat 9, anytime you hear 7 chord flat 9, think diminished. I could do this. Here's my G, and on top of that is a diminished chord, a half a step up. So I think of my G, I think a half step up, and I form a diminished chord. Now look at those notes. You got a flat 9, you got a 3rd, you got a 5th, and you got a flat 7. That's a G7 flat 9. And that takes you right to C again. Let's play the whole thing. That's an F minor 9. different voicing, but it's still an A flat diminished. Now let's slide to this A minor. Okay, let's end this video with a piece of a song. I'm just gonna play a little fragment because I don't feel like getting into copyright issues today. There are several songs that the composer, him or herself, have incorporated diminished chords. Probably the most famous is Ain't Misbehaving, but I'm not gonna pick that one. I like the song It Can Happen to You. Look it up. Look up the chords on YouTube or get your Facebook out. It's a good song because I think it's kind of funny. That song's in the key of E flat. So again, the first chord is an E flat. Now what do I got here? E flat. So 1 sharp 1 diminished to a 2 is a chord progression you should figure out. So here's the 1. Well, it's not, the melody's down here. Here's a sharp 1 diminished. Now we have a F minor. Now we're going to have an F sharp diminished. So this song, the composer has intentionally stuck these diminished chords. And then the song just goes on. Now we got a G minor 7 flat 5. Now I'm not going to go much further than that, except to say that I know that the next chord is an F minor. And I'm sitting here on this diminished chord. But I'm playing it as a C7 flat 9. Did you follow that? All I gotta do then is keep my right hand exactly the same, move my left hand to an E. See how I just used that slide technique? I was playing a C7 flat 9. Well, let me back up a little bit. It can happen to you. So I had a G minor 7 flat 5 to a C7 flat 9. My right hand didn't have to move. I moved up to an E. That gives me an E diminished. That slides me right to an F minor. Okay, so quick video on diminished chords. They're used all the time in gospel music. Oh, you hear them just all over the place, particularly old school gospel and some of the hymns, and oftentimes they're not written down. You just have to decide where to stick them in. So think of it as the peanut butter and jelly in the sandwich. They stick things together. They also can substitute for flat 9 dominant chords. But the first thing is to learn them. Okay. Any comments or questions, just stick them below in the comments, and I will talk to all of you good people next time. Happy practicing. See you. Bye-bye.